What's up, tricksters and tricksettas watching this VOD review in the future on the second YouTube channel or any main YouTube, I don't know, somewhere, you know. Today we have another free VOD review. And today on our coaching table we have our friend Pain, which is actually Might in the game. And he's an Immortal 1 player playing on Breeze with a Chamber. Yes, he is our Chamber main. Well, not only Chamber, he's playing other agents as well. You know, he's also playing Jet and then some other stuff. And basically, you know, since this is a free VOD review, Pain is not gonna join us today. I already did coaching with Pain, private coaching, and he ranked up from Ascendant all the way to Immortal 1, 100 rank rating. And, you know, our friend Pain, he already is doing some training. He is already, like, knows what he needs to do. Just he took a break for this for this act here. But anyways, you know, I need to complete this VOD review for him because I promised, you know, and yeah, it's tough love. What am I even saying, bro? So sorry guys, I'm just sick. I'm so fucking sick. So he's an Immortal 1 player. He knows what he needs to work on and what he needs to do. Just today we're just gonna focus on Breeze, Chamber, and that's it. Nothing else. Breeze, Chamber, map, and agent, and that's it. So we're immediately starting on the attacker's side, and let's talk about the Breeze. Let's talk about the Shambur. Yo, Baxter, we'll see you in 0-1, welcome stream. Okay, chat, I'm gonna give you predictions right now, so you can gamble some points. So let's go with start prediction. Do they win this match? Yes, no. Okay, you have 5 minutes.
Be careful near the ship.
Be careful near the ship.
Such a bad investment. My ult is ready.
Okay,
30 seconds left.
let's get it. Video. Is this all good? Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so Breeze, same as on any other map. You know, you load up in a game of Valorant. You need to ask yourself how you want to play that map on both attackers and defender side. What are the most important rules that you should follow on the map, and also like what you should do with your team composition against the enemy team composition, and what you should expect from your teammates and enemies as well. Now, Breeze on the attacker side, your default side number 1 priority is B side, number 2 priority is A side. On this map, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you wanna do 5-man executes together with your teammates. There's absolutely no fucking reason to, you know, lurk, flank, or do any other bullshit. Let's measure who has a bigger cock early on. Now, and I already explained multiple times why you should do this. Now, on this map, how you play really depends on the team comps and how you want to play these early 4 to 6 rounds. So, in this match, enemies don't have Viper, and they don't have a single hardcore Sentinel. And in these type of matches on Breeze, where enemies have like 0 utility to actually stop your B executes, the best idea in the early rounds is to do a 5-man push onto the B site, 3 rounds in a row, and then in a 4th round, doing a fake. Fake B, go A. And that is what we should do in this specific match, because enemy team comp is, you know, standard Breeze ranked composition, if we can call it like that. And your team comp is also a pretty standard ranked team compositions. You know, we don't have anything special on both attack and defense. So when it comes to the enemy team comp, what we really need to worry about is definitely the aggression of the enemies everywhere, because they have the Jet, they have the ISO, and they have the Chamber. All 3 of these agents and players that are playing these agents usually like to play more aggressively, so we need to pay attention on that Scheiße. Now, in this first round, we should basically do a B push together as 5, but let's see what our team is gonna do. We wanna go A. Okay, we can go A as well. No, it doesn't matter that much. Now, in the first round with Chamber on Breeze on the attacker side, you only have 2 buy options. Option number 1, you get a trademark and a bandit. Plenty of bullets to deal with the enemies. Bandit is one of the most optimal weapons to use on Breeze. On every range, you're gonna be headshotting the enemies and getting them out of the server, practically. And very rarely you're gonna see that anyone is gonna play in the first round with a light shield and classic pistol. Option number 2, trademark and 6 headhunters. If we're going A, we should put our trademark right here and basically just run it down. Now, as we're clearing the aim and area of the map, for the first time when you're clearing the aim and area of the map, always jump spot this angle before your teammates even peek it, then jump spot this angle, and we need to ask from our mix to give us a smoke right here and a smoke right here. Now, in the first round, you should mainly communicate with your controllers and tell your controllers what type of utility you need, because only God knows what type of a utility you're gonna get from them, obviously. When you're scaling out of the A site with a chamber, you have only 2 teleports. TP number 1 on the right side. This is the most common one you're gonna be using, because 90% of times your job is to clear the backside and take the control of this area of the map. Option number 2 is a teleport on the left side, and this teleport you want to use when your main idea is surprising the enemies through the smoke on the left side. Like you're trying to pick some kind of an insane timing to surprise enemies here. Very good TP, very good setup, very good everything. And the option number 3, if enemies are always giving you this space for free, and you can put your teleport here, this smoke is really good to scale through the middle smoke and surprise the enemies at the backside on timing as your teammates are revealing them and fighting them. So you'll have only 3 TP setups. When you're going onto the A site, use them accordingly. The last option is a bit more passive one, and that is the teleport right here. When do you want to use this teleport? When enemies are always stalling or stopping your executes in aim in, with the utility, with the smokes, etc, etc. Because what this teleport gives you, once you peek out and try to get a kill, it gives you this off angle, and 90% of times, when enemies are playing backside, some idiot is gonna peek you from these angles. You can get a free pick above the enemy smoke, make a numbers advantage for your team, and then decide what you wanna do next. So in this round, we know what we need to do. Basically, like, just jump spot these angles for your teammates, put a teleport right here, and run it down together with your allies. One thing that we need to be very careful here is Sova. Like, Sova players love to use the arrow here, so whenever you're scaling out of aim and area of the map, you need to be ready to pre-fire the arrows that are above you, and that we don't get revealed and cocked by the enemy team. Simple as that. Let's go. Yo, that welcome, man. Is Yoru cooked? Kinda. I don't know, like, no one is playing him anymore, and win rate is kinda abysmal. How do your students actually download VODs to upload them? They record them, and then they upload them with OBS. I don't like watching the replay system, because it is so stupid when a coach can actually hindsight. I mean, also you as well. I don't know, like, basically, what I don't like about replay system is, like, I cannot hide a minimap. This is 10 times better in my opinion, because then, like, you can actually see how many times a certain play is actually gonna work, what you should actually be doing, and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, by the way, Pain is playing in a very painful Valorant server called Mumbai. Keep that in mind. I think he's from India. So, this arrow is something that you have to be aware about. Like, this arrow is something that you need to pre-fire and that you need to clear for your teammates. The reason is very simple, is because your teammates are usually going to be autopiloting quite a lot, and they're not going to be pre-firing or destroying this type of utility. I mean, like, every single ability that you can destroy, you should be in charge of destroying that ability, no matter in what situation you are at that moment of time, because, you know, most of the times your teammates are not gonna do that for you, and you need to be aware of that. So the only thing, you know, in this match that can kind of fuck us up a bit is the Sova and Iso's debuff, and that's it. Like every other piece of their team comp is just non-important. Also, if we take a look at the minimap, we can see that we have an absolutely dogshit smoke setup for the A execute. I'm just waiting for the VOD to get into 1080p full HD, if that is possible. Okay, it's not possible. So our mix gave us absolutely dogshit smoke for the backside, and that's why whenever you're doing some kind of an execute or strategy, you need to tell your controllers what type of a smoke setup you need. Like this is Immortal 1 lobby. Imagine what you're gonna be getting in, I don't know, Diamond or something like that. Like this smoke for the backside needs to be placed on this upper bridge right here. And that's the only way to place it. Like that is the only way how we cover majority of these off angles from which enemies can kill us. And it's a very, very important smoke. Zoom, sorry. Yeah, so basically, like, Mix should have dropped the smoke up here, you know, on top of this little bridge. Now, let's see how we enter this site. Listen, don't, as you're going through the A main area of the map, onto the A site, don't focus yourself too much onto the smokes. Like, your main focus and main priority needs to be taking the sector number 2. So, we take the sector number 1. Next priority, we need to clear this shit. And that is why in the first round especially, you need to put this teleport so that you can scale out like this, instantly take the cover behind the pyramid, and be ready to fuck up the enemies at the backside. This was also mega dangerous, that your whole team is spending so much time wide open here without actually taking the proper backside control. Okay, you know, even though you didn't really have to die in this fight, generally speaking, like in Valorant, as long as you get refragged by your teammates, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Literally, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much. Like, obviously, you know, maybe we could have teleported away after you missed the first shot, because, you know, the worst deaths that you can have as a chamber player is dying before you even use your teleport. Like, the whole point of teleport is to give you one chance to go for one tap or a burst fire, and then you reset yourself. If you were not able to win a fight by going for a one tap or a burst fire, reset yourself, pick up the teleport, go again. Pick a better fight next time. And that's it. But okay, I mean, we were fighting with a jet refractor, so like, I guess it's okay, but in the first round, like, you really need to value your life quite a lot. In the first 4 rounds, especially. Because this is not enough. Like, yes, we took the A site, yes, we killed that guy at the back side, we got refragged, all of that stuff. But the problem is now, you have absolutely no idea who are the 4 animals playing in your team, and how good or how bad are the enemies. And you have, like, 0 control of this round. So here, for example, like, what would be the best way to engage the enemies at the backside? We put a teleport right here, obviously. We scale out, destroying the dart from the Sova, and we take this position. And now, as your teammates are peeking these angles, you peek those angles behind your teammates, and you take fight together with your allies. If you get in some kind of a solo fight, like this, 1 bullet, TP away. Reset yourself. Especially if you damage an enemy with a body shot for 55 damage, you did a decent job. Because now your teammates can just put 2 body shots into an enemy with a ghost, or 1 body shot with a sheriff, and that guy is dead. He is gone. So don't risk it too much. You know, don't overcommit to the fights, as long as you have a teleport with yourself. Okay, I don't understand Indians, so we're just gonna skip the comms part. Maybe this is Singapore
अपडेट
server.
होता है
ये चलो फिर
मेरा
से ये
कार्ड
चलो
ठीक है
ए
हाँ ये चलो फिर से
I don't know which language this is, so yeah. Now, if you push A site in the first round of Breeze, push the A site for 2 more rounds. Let's create an unpredictable pattern of executes. Let's not go A, B, C, D, E, F, G or do some bullshit. Generally speaking, whenever enemies on a defender side of Breeze are eco, halby, they have low economy. First of all, fuck this area of the map. You don't need it. Second of all, 5-man push onto A is usually the best option. But if you push B in the first round, okay, you can push it in a second round as well. That's fine. And since we pushed A side in the first round and we won that round, now we should be going A 2 more rounds in a row. And then in a 4th round, doing a fake. Also, what we could have noticed in the previous round is that, enemies are rotating a bit more nonchalantly. Like, they're rotating a bit faster without any real information. So we can maybe abuse that in the round number 4 to enter the B site wide open. Now, in this... listen. In this second anti-eco round, what are the best buy options if you're playing chamber on the attacker side? So, the most optimal one is heavy shield bulldog, and that's it. Bulldog gives you a opportunity to fight enemies in long range, medium range, whatever you want. But it's not the option that I would usually go for. That's a safe pick, safe option. Option number 2 is getting a guardian, but you only buy a guardian if you can combine it with a heavy shield. But in the same time, getting a guardian with a sheriff, while you're playing chamber, is kind of like, I don't know, man, it's kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you already have headhunters. I mean, you could have just bought a heavy shield with 8 headhunters, which is even better buy option. I mean, you have a fucking heavy shield, which means that enemies with a bandit and sheriff cannot kill you on every distance. And option number 3, Marshal, heavy shield. This option is usually the option I would run with, even on the attacker side, because most of the times when you're playing chamber, like, you're playing it more as a support, you're very rarely gonna be the first one going into the bomb site, and even if you need to go first, you have a teleport, and with the Marshal you can just go for a hip fire shots and, even kill the enemies like this, basically, and they don't have a heavy shield, so you can get away with some ridiculous kills. And why would I go with a Marshal and heavy shield and 4 headhunters? Because you can use Marshal in the round number 3 as a double pump, essentially, doing 2 body shots onto the enemies and killing them. And another reason why would I go for the Marshal and heavy shield, even on the attacker side, is because this map is map that is really good for operators. And we should expect that enemy jet and enemy chamber are gonna use operators quite a lot. On this map, players like to play very aggressively, especially on mid. And what is better way to counter... there isn't a better way to counter the op players, or to counter the, in ranked solo queue at least, and to counter the unnecessary over-aggression that enemies are probably going to be doing, than buying the operator yourself. So, this is the worst shit that you can do in the round number 2. Basically, playing a second round on Breeze with a regen shield and light shield. This is bad because 90% of players are gonna force up in this round Bandit and Sheriff. And now, on 0 to 30 meters with a Bandit, headshot, you're dead. With a Sheriff, you're dead on any distance. So, Marshal, heavy shield, 4 headhunters, trademark, you're saving enormous amount of economy for the round number 4. So you can decide when you want to pick up the operator and when is it the time to counter the enemies. And you have a heavy shield, which is the most important shit in the second anti-eco round. Nothing else matters, basically. And, you know, you still have headhunters to finish off the enemies with the body shots because they literally have nothing. Nada. 100 HP. So, in this round, yes, we should go A again. Let's go.
Gotta go.
Okay, I mean, that Sova drone for aiming is a bit of a waste. I don't know, like, I mean, enemies didn't pressure us in the first round, and we can just jump peek this angle. You know, it's better if the Sova uses it from... It's better if the Sova uses the drone from this position right here, but whatever. You know, it's better to be safe rather than sorry. Also, when enemies are consistently aggressing you in this area of the map, what you can do is basically you can spam them back and try to kill them. Like the two most common positions that players play in the aiming area of the map is this spot right here and this position right here. So, if you want to kill an enemy that is peeking from this wall, you can simply spam this triangle right here, this part of the triangle in the middle. Like this is the lineup. Bam, 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 bam. That guy is maybe dead, maybe not. I mean, if you put a few bullets into that enemy, he's maybe gonna be scared to continue with the aggression. Why the fuck not? And for the second like for the second line right there, basically you're spamming the middle of this part of the box and trying to kill that enemy there and push him back. Especially if the enemy chamber, I don't know, likes to play with the operator right here. That's a really good spam, and you know, maybe we're gonna push him back, I don't know. Now, in this round we should just be running down with our teammates. I don't know what the fuck her Jet is doing. Like, if you have a teammate like this in a second anti-eco round, try to offer your pussy as a sacrificial offer so that that teammate actually follows you. I don't know, like, tell him you're gonna buy him a free Valorant points, I don't know, give him a blowjob or something, but it's very important that we play the second anti-eco round together. If the Jet dies on mid and sells the gun for free, it's gonna be really bad for us. And also, Jet is our dive duelist that needs to take the space for us, and we cannot really rely on Neon, especially the nerfed Neon, to take the space for us. Sorry for the sound, it is what it is. So, once again here, you put this teleport. Your Neon does a wall. First of all, once again, we don't have a good smoke setup for the A site. Like, what you really need to recognize in your games on the attacker side, no matter which agent you're maining, you need to recognize whether or not your smoke setup is actually good for that execute. And the only teammates that you kinda need to micromanage and microcorrect in your ranked matches are your controllers. Like, a bad smoke will fuck you up more than anything else in this game during the executes. Second of all, if you already have Neon Wall in front of yourself that is protecting you literally from both left side and right side, why don't you use this Neon Wall to scale out together with her to get into this position right here, and then from this position we push out. Anyways, your main job on the attacker side is always figuring out different pathings, how you can take space in the safest way possible, initial space where you can apply the pressure onto the enemies. So, if I already have a Neon Wall here, why would I even pick this fight? I can just go through the middle, end up in this position, now from this position wait for my teammates, and then together with my teammates, we contest the enemies at the backside. You're rushing things way too much. One step at a time. Sector 1, Sector 2, you don't need to pick any solo gunfights. If you had Marshall there, we would have killed that guy. Think about it. Okay, so what happened in the second round? There was Chamber, Sova.
Plant low.
Mid.
Okay, so Chamber and Sova are the A players mainly. while the rest of the enemy team is on B and mid. Okay, we can run it down A again for one more round. I mean, Sova and Chamber really don't have any utility that can actually stop us. And generally, you know, in this match, we should be trying to play together as much as possible because enemy team comp is just dog shit for stopping our executes. Now, in this bonus round, you know, if you lost the gun with a Chamber in the second round, just get a heavy shield, get 8 headhunters, and that's it. You don't need anything else, basically. Going B right now is kind of stupid, because number one, it is mega predictable for the enemies. You know, brother, like, I just pushed A side 2 rounds in a row. I'm playing a bonus round. If you're playing on a defender side, on which side you're playing right now? Which side you're stacking a bit? B side. So, avoid every single rule that you're following on a defender side to read the enemies when you're playing on the attacker side. Go A again. It is far more unpredictable. We were going to apply enormous amount of pressure onto the enemies on A side. And imagine this. In ranked solo queue, you win first 3 rounds in a row on the same bomb site. Chamber, fuck your whole French family. Sova, you Russian cunt. You cannot defend the bomb site. Players are mentally stupid in this video game, you know, like their mentality is 0, basically. So, right now, we should definitely be going A again to try to, you know, like, impair the enemy's mentality a bit. Anyways, we had a really easy time going on to the ace in the first 2 rounds, so why not? And then in a 4th round, you have really, really high chances of faking the push, because you applied enormous amount of pressure onto one part of the map, which is naturally gonna make the enemies focus a bit more on this part of the map. But okay, let's see how this B push is gonna go. Also, once again, like, I don't know what is this economy management. So, how much money do you have? We have 3,500. Heavy shield. Heavy shield. And 5 headhunters. And you still have money. And you still have money, like, for the Vandal and Heavy Shield in the next round. So yeah, there's really no... Why would I buy a Regen Shield here? What do you think of the Valorant coach Rooney FPS? He claims that he's helped 1,000 players reach Immortal, but it sounds suspicious. Plus, he's like 18 years old or something, lol, so I don't know how that is possible so early. Have you coached over 1,000 people to Immortal? Yes, I coached over... I actually have a statistic on my website, like, you're gonna see it, like... On website, you're gonna see exactly, like, how many players I got to Radiant, to Immortal, etc, etc. Now, that Rooney guy, I really have no fucking idea, man. Like, from time to time, his videos pop up on my feed, but I don't have time to watch anyone, or any YouTube videos. Like, I work 24/7, basically. So, I really don't know. You know, you need to try it out and tell me, like, you know, if it is legit or not.
Let me know.
Gotta go.
Oh, spike.
This side, पीछे.
May I ask, what the hell are we doing right now? Brother, we're pushing against the shit enemy team composition. Literally, this is garbage. Your teammates are running in down B. Okay, we have a really good trip for the elbow. Like, when you're going B, you always going for a five-man push on B, through the B-min. You always want to put your trip towards the elbow, like this. It should not be visible, you know, from this position. But because of this trip, what enemies cannot do, they cannot go for a peek from the middle of the stairs. So the only position from which they can peek you is this position here. And then if enemies like to go for that peek, it is so easy to have a good crosshair placement to fuck up that enemy. So a bit deeper trip to give us faster information. Then your neon is running it down. We put a teleport on the left side, which you should be using 90% of time. and just scaling out towards the elbow with your neon, taking the elbow and backside control, and then we decide what to do next. What are you doing in this round? Also, one more thing. Window of Breeze is the same shit as a window on Haven. Very dangerous to be peeked, especially alone. So, whenever you see that your teammates are peeking the window, when we're going B, play with them. Like, start the round by letting your teammate peek first and be ready to fight together with that teammate. Simple as that. And then we can proceed forward, execute a site. If you lose this jet in the first like you know, 5 seconds of a round, I mean, what's the point of that? Anyways, like on both attackers and defender side, like one of your main priorities is making sure that you're always there for the first contact with the enemies. That you're always supporting your teammate that has the highest chances of dying. What is chat talking about? I need to pay attention on this now. Just a second. Rocky is a coach for... okay. You need... I don't know. I really don't know, man. Like, I heard about this guy, like, literally 2 months ago. So I genuinely don't know, bro. Yes, full-time. He's full-time OnlyFans creator. I wish, bro. I wish I was jerking my cock off for a living. That would be a dream come true. Yes, Capion, he had some paid content and he counted that as coaching. Because I remember he said that when he had like 2,000 subs. 2,000 subs and 1,000 players improved to Immortal. Interesting. Where is Wukuji now? He is, I think, working in some... he's back to his old job, I think, which is getting boosted in Valorant. I'm just fucking kidding. Like, I'm joking. I think he's working again, like in that IT job that he had previously.
Oh, spike.
This side, PJ.
Listen, in the first 4 rounds, if your teammates are already going for the 5-man push, yeah, cybersecurity company. In the first 4 rounds, if your teammates are doing a 5-man push, play with them. What are you doing right now? Go with them. Like, you need to support them. Do you still trust Wuhujin as a coach? No, Wuhujin had a great content, man. Like, 90% of stuff that he was talking about, I agree with. You know? 90%. Now, you know, like, people are really... I mean, I completely understand the community, you know? Like, people don't like ingenuity, when someone is ingenuous, ingenuity, you know? Like, and, I don't know, like, I don't know, but whatever, literally, like, that's like content from 3 years ago.
Oh, this.
So I really don't know, like, what type of a Tour de France we did here. Like, what is this Formula 1 circle that you did? And what is the purpose of this circle? But this circle is called wasting my fucking time, not helping my teammates out.
Right.
Last player standing.
Please, 140.
Unlucky.
Down B.
Also, you see the problem in this round. Look at this. So how many enemies are defending the B side? 3 enemies. We already knew that from the first 2 rounds, bro. The 3 enemies are defending B and mid. Like Mix, Clove, Jet, and ISO. And we knew that this dogshit Chamber, and so are the A players. What do you think? Why do you think that an average ranked player is gonna use his brain to actually do any adaptation right now? Like, one of the main reasons why players in Valorant struggle so much to rank up is autopiloting and not fixing the problems before it becomes too late. The Valorant players are willing to lose the whole match, or basically 4 or 5 rounds in a row, before they make some kind of an adaptation. So I don't know, like, well, why the fuck are we going B in this round?
Lucky for you.
I have the spike.
Okay.
You're lost.
But the main mistake you made here is, like, you wasted so much time that you actually could have used to support your teammates and play with them, obviously. 2024 was not 3 years ago. Okay, like 2 years ago. I don't know. Where's the Wukujin and why he's not making videos? Community expelled him. Community impeached Wukujin, basically, like. And I swear to God, like, I don't know. I don't know, literally, like, what were... I didn't watch that much of his content, you know? But it really seems that he built a semi-decent Valorant community. I mean, let's be honest, in our community, we're all mentally fucked. Like, literally, there's... You look at my chat and my Discord server, like, literally... you know, you don't want to be there. You only want to join it to get coaching, and that's it. But his community was, like, you know, a bit more inclusive. And he was promoting the good fucking stuff, you know, like... For Valorant. But I don't know. It is what it is, I guess, you know. That's why, you know, before we start with the deadlock coaching, I'm first gonna get Eternus on 3 accounts, and then we're gonna start, you know, calling ourselves an Eternus coach. Oh, Huj is way better off with a real nice paying job anyways. Oh, brother, no way. Like, Wukujin was making minimum $20,000 per month. Minimum $20,000 per month. Like, his approach to revenue out of his community was amazing, bro. Amazing. The Discord subs, like, official, you know, official Discord subs, that was fucking... like, he had, like, at one point, 1,600 Discord subs, which is equal to around $10,000, like, on a monthly basis. There's no way that he is working on any job that is paying more right now. I think. I don't know, maybe. To be fair, he could have easily came back if Muda can cheat and win trade and still be a top streamer. Horkus and Muda taking strays, you know, like stray shots here. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it. Love it. Hello Mala, hello. Who has better team, CS2 Major or Valorant VCT CS2 Major? CS2 Esports is 10 times better than Valorant. For now. We're gonna see next year how that is gonna look like. Rooney FPS makes over 10,000 a month right now with his coaching, and Blood is still lying about 1,000 plus. I don't know. People make money, I guess. Do you see the Navis run? Yeah, I watched every match.
Okay.
Brother, Vitality losing. Every day when Vitality loses, it's a good day to be alive. What's gonna happen to CS? Nothing is gonna happen to Counter-Strike. Valorant VCT is changing next year. They're changing the format. So, I mean, this year, at the end of this year. And we're gonna see how that is gonna work. You know? Like, literally like, I don't know. You know, Riot Games has some really fucked up decisions when it comes to Valorant. I swear to God, like, they could have just copy-pasted all of the solutions from League of Legends and made this game 10 times better. But okay, that's a story for another video. So, brother, Pain, we talked about this so many times. Please start leading your teammates like a normal human being and start winning the matches. 3 rounds in a row we go A, in the 4th round we do a fake. But okay, now you going B again, it's fine. It's a bit more unpredictable than if we went A or mid after this lost round. Because we didn't lose this round because enemies did something special. Enemies just killed us all with the guns. Why? Because you're not playing with your teammates. Go with them.
Okay, left. Okay, got it.
I need Mongols to win the major. I saw them in Austin Blast Major, bro. The best fucking major ever. I swear to God. Like the arena, the music, the sound state, the everything, brother. Phase run all the way to from the stage 1 to playoffs with a simple. Brother, I watched every fucking game of Austin Major, man. And the crowd was V-City crowds in Valorant. Fucking pussies, bro. That Austin Major crowd was amazing, bro. Amazing. I was at the Budapest Major this year, and that was also like... I was literally driving in a car with Frost, and Frost asked me, like, who's gonna win a major, and I said, like, phase up. Brother, they literally could have won it. They literally could have won it if they didn't fucking choke on that nuke. Motherfuckers, bro. Like, if they won the nuke, it would be best of 5, 100%.
Yeah, I just want gear blues.
Okay, we're going A again. I mean B.
Go, go, go.
Listen, don't, like, what's really important for this trip right here is that enemies that are peeking the elbow, they don't see it. You know, they cannot shoot it. So make sure that you're always placing this trip somewhere in the middle of this plank. So use the plank as a lineup tool. Bam. That's a good trip. Because if you put this trip, you know, this deep, enemy picks the elbow, destroys it. Now, I just don't fucking know if, you know, this guy is gonna go for a flank. If this guy is gonna silently rotate into the B link. And I just lost enormous amount of info by losing that trip so early on.
One on top. Didn't see clear.
You need to start being ready to pick these angles together with your teammates. Like, the distance between you and your most aggressive teammate is, like, egregious in this specific match. Like, here, brother, like, you know, Sova is droning. Now, come a bit closer to this Neon. You know, I don't know how close you love to be to the woman, but that's a question for... Okay, never mind. So, come a bit closer to Neon. And, you know, be ready to swing out together with him. To take this fight. Now, when Neon is running, be ready to swing out and that's it. Of course, like in this instance, maybe your jet bugged you out a bit. So that's a bit of a problem.
On top. Didn't see clear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is already a bit better. A bit better round. We call this an aim diff. Next round.
Jet.
इसके
Back in
कान
the
से
center.
Mid जा रहे हम.
Okay, listen. So, now you're losing. I mean losing. Once again, you're playing an anti-eco round. Enemies are playing a bonus, half buy, you know, they don't have that much of an economy. Why are we going mid? Like, whoever made this call, you tell him, motherfucker, you're stupid. Actually, don't do that, because then your teammates are, you know, gonna leave the match and become toxic, but take the spike. Hey guys, let's do a 5-man push somewhere. Why do we need to push through an area of the map where enemies can make a crossfire, where enemies can kill us on timing, luck, spam us. It's just stupid. Let's go A. Or let's go B again. Let's push B set 3 rounds in a row, and then in a 4th round fake on A. For an example. And minimize the risk. Also, whenever your teammates want to do the A split on Breeze, you always start in the A main area of the map. Right here. You are dropping... This is something I will never understand. Like, why in a custom server I cannot pick up this teleport from any distance, but okay. So, you're dropping this teleport inside of this corner, instantly clearing anyone that is trying to scale at the bottom mid. So enemies can never have a better timing than you. Like, if enemies want to shift up from top mid all the way bottom mid, you always have a better timing than enemies. So, we open the doors, check if anyone is here. No one is there. Now, when your teammates drop a smoke right here for the split, you put your trip inside of the smoke. So now, your teammates cannot die from behind. And no one can peek you through the smoke. And I don't need to worry about that possibility. With this teleport, you have enormous amount of space to take whichever fight you want to take on the A side. And once you teleport back, you teleport in a very safe location where you can instantly play with your teammates in A main, and especially if they start dying here. You have an instant rotation tool to support your teammates in taking the A main area of the map. So this is the best setup. The only time you peek mid and push mid during the splits through this position is if your teammates are always dying from the doors peek. Or enemies have like a guy that is playing an operator, he is killing your teammates, you need to deal with him, okay. Then play with your teammates here.
Mid की तरफ एक है.
I love that Jet... in Jet's vocabulary, team play is not an option. Jet is like, just, brother, I have my own solo missions to accomplish.
Close
बी आओ ना 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 जेट ने पिक निकाला बी चलो
You should have listen, Jet. First of all, this teleport that you did here is the top 10 most useless teleports ever done. So the only time you do a teleport, like here or here, is if you're lurking through mid alone and, you know, you want to pick these type of fights. But if you're playing with your teammates, save your TP. Anyways, your teammates are going to be running in front of you. You have duelists, like, you know, they're going to be taking initial fights. And then I can use my teleport here to take the mid control, to fight around the doors, to fight bottom mid, top mid, etc, etc. Or, as we're going for the A split, with this trip, I can put my teleport right here, and then take deeper fights into the A main area of the map. This TP right here you only use when you're lurking alone through mid, and you're trying to fuck up enemies on timing, and you don't know how many enemies you're gonna fight, or you wanna take a solo fight. Basically like that. Also, as soon as you pass your teleport, and your teleport is not useful anymore, so already here, you pull out, you reset your teleport, and that's it. Now, whenever you're shifting the round on Breeze from A and mid towards the B site, you need to have someone going through the elbow, clearing the elbow, and B main area of the map. And we need to clear this shit completely. So, here, as your teammates are running it down through the B link towards the B site, you're shifting, walking through the elbow, clearing the B main, clearing the elbow, and then we decide what we want to do next.
बी आओ ना बी आओ ना बी आओ ना बी आओ ना बी आओ ना
And here as well. So, whenever you push some bomb site, only through the short area of that bomb site, like off-road. Off-road on B site is the B link. Your instant main focus. You need to clear the whole site, clear the B main, clear the elbow. You have time to do that. Unless, if you have a teammate that is pushing the CT towards the enemies, then you want to play with that teammate.
I'm planting for mid.
Also, this is a very shit postman position. Anyways, you know, we're fighting alone. Right now, you should be just taking the backside, playing from the backside together with your teammates, and closing out this round. You can continue playing here, but personally, I would never play this position if enemies have recon agents for the retakes. You know, Sova reveals you. Pretty much, you're cooked. And you cannot use your teleport in any way to take a safe fight. I mean, you're not going to use your teleport anyways because you didn't, you know, reset it. I mean, one of your main jobs when you're playing Chamber, on both attackers and defender side, is during a round, one round, you want to try using your teleport at least 2 times. So we didn't really accomplish that mission in this round. Also, this right here, like this little jet, is the reason why we had to clear the elbow and clear the B main area of the map. Your teammates in ranked solo queue, even in motherfucking Radiant lobbies, are autopiloting 24/7. Very rarely they're gonna expect an enemy being in this area of the map when they push a bomb site through an off-road and short area of the map. You need to be aware of this possibility yourself, and it's a rule that you follow on any map. Like, we should not have lost our mix here. You should have killed the jet before the mix died, and now we're playing a 4v3 post-plant, anti-eco post-plant, and we have really high chance of winning this round.
Nice trade.
I mean, it's not really anti-eco, like enemies are just forced by, half by, like, they have shit economy.
One tap mar.
This angle right here, I would never recommend you to hold it like this. It's way too much of a common pre-fire, and this position you can only hold in two ways. So this angle specifically, you either hold as tight as your reaction time allows you from the wall that is further away, like this, or you go in and out with a jiggle peek. Especially if you don't have the info on the broken wall, you need to be going in and out.
No, chill.
Why does he have NASA tracking on the right side of his monitor? I don't know, really, like, I never understood the players that, I mean, brother, if I have network problems in a game, or FPS problems, like, how am I supposed to fix that while I'm actually playing the game? Like, it's better if I don't know about it.
Crazy.
Analyzing Bitcoin market. Also, listen, one of the main positions, like how you play the Poltons on Breeze, B-side, heavily depends what your teammates are doing. Like in this example, where you have where your neon is in the middle of the site, you always want to play around these boxes right here. Like basically you're just crouching down and waiting for your neon to get a contact, so that you can play better reflex with this guy right here. Playing from the left side is, I mean, we can maybe create some crossfire setup, but if your teammate picks this type of fight, we are fucking cooked, essentially.
Don't chill.
Hey,
रुक
100
अबे
लो था नहीं कर रहा
अरे
You have, brother, listen, like, Spike is not planted for you. Spike is planted at the backside. So,
100
you kill this enemy clove right here. Your job number 1 is to instantly position somewhere else. Keep your location a secret. You are the one that is in control of this round. Aizo is under the pressure. He needs to defuse the spike. He needs to kill you. Right now, knife in the hands, and instantly shift up towards the backside, doing something like this. And even if the ISO taps the spike, when you end up here, he needs 7 seconds to defuse the spike, which is more than enough to do this and fuck him up.
अबे
लो था नहीं कर रहा
Here you're gambling quite a lot that this guy is not gonna stick a spike defuse.
अरे स्मोक कर दिया शायद
अरे
अरे shit
अरे bro.
You cannot be losing the rounds like this in ranked solo queue. You lose this type of a clutch, your teammate's mentality is already evaporated. Even if you won like 5 rounds in a row, a round like this can be the end for your teammate's mental.
मैं ऐसे अल्ट कर दूंगा
This guy with you, no, it's a free VOD review. Okay, we're holding mid.
मतलब समझ लो
Get
You
out of
want to
my way.
play? Let's play.
उठाएगा एक
करना है क्या
It's you and me.
मार तो उसको हो जाएगा
Brother, Pain, I literally told you in our first session that you should assign some kind of a button for toggle zoom level. Why the fuck are you doing this? When you can just do this.
नाइस
Run! Run, bro!
छोड़ रहा मैं इसको. अरे छोड़ो.
Spike down A.
Okay, good shit.
Plant ले रहा हूँ.
And in this one, like, why is it okay that you play like this? Because, you know, Chamber has the op. Chamber was usually like the A player. Maybe he's gonna go for the peek at the doors, so it's fine. Okay, you know, in some of the rounds, of course, you can make a solo play like this. And if your teammates are going A, usually you can pick some kind of a good timing to backstab the enemies to the doors and fuck them up and, you know, all of that good stuff. It's not like they are 3 miles away from you. Madre mia. Listen, before you put this trap, always pre-aim and clear this angle for your teammates. So basically, as soon as the round starts, do this, be ready for this fight, and then when your teammates are running it down here, then you put a trip here and you go with them.
Reloading. I'm out of here.
One side.
Brother, if the executes are working for you, just play with your most aggressive teammates. Like, you really don't need to experiment or anything. Like, when you find a secret sauce that's working for you in ranked solo queue, just stick to it. Like, literally, there's really no reason here to peek the elbow, fight the elbow. Just fight with your Jet, fight with your Neon. We have a really good team composition to do the executes, and enemies have a really shit team composition to stop our executes. There's no reason to, you know, do this bullshit. Also, enemies never pushed or peeked the elbow in any of the previous rounds. What makes you believe that they're gonna do it now? This teleport on the right side is usually dog shit. Reason is very simple, because it only allows you to play on the right side. And generally speaking, this position you never want to play. Even when you're patting into the bomb site, what you usually want to do is take the middle of the site, or go into the elbow, taking the elbow and back site. This spot you're trying to avoid as much as you can during your gameplay. Now, please pay attention on your elbow trip, because this trip is not good enough. Like, now enemies, if the enemies go for the flank and lurk through the beam in, like, they can literally hold this angle even though the trip is there. And they can do some kind of a peek like this and surprise your teammate that is... Just put a trip here, and that's it. Like, you know, this one is just better.
अरे इधर है भाई close.
Listen. Stop playing solo. Stop playing so slow. Like, how fast your teammates are playing depends how fast you need to play. I don't know why you went into the elbow. What was your idea? We're not splitting the map. Just play with your allies. Done. Period.
अरे इधर है भाई.
And here as well. when you get in a fight like this with Chamber, and you still have a teleport, so you whiffed the first bullet and the first burst fire, teleport away. Reset yourself. Because at this moment of time, this fight becomes a 50-50 fight. You don't want to take these fights in Valorant when there's no reason to take them. If you already have a teleport, get the fuck away, reset yourself. You're gonna pick a better fight next time. Now enemies at least know about the Sova. Sova is in a triple crossfire by Neon, Jet, and Mix. They can finish off the Sova.
Close.
Like, you cannot be dying so many times in these games, first, second, and third. Because then you're never in control of actually closing out these rounds and winning them for your team. What rank is this? Immortal 1. Listen. So, if you have 2 or 3 teammates going through mid, you always want to play with your teammates. But if you have 4 teammates going mid, you need to do something alone. Like, we cannot have 5 players going through the mid area of the map without any info here or here. Now, what you should do depends on, you know, how that specific match went and what enemies did in the previous rounds. So here, since, you know, enemies are playing very passively, they're playing passively on the site, on the top mid, and on the A set as well. So the best idea, since we're doing some kind of a push onto A side, is simply put this trip for yourself and for the A main, and slowly lurk up through the A main and take this space as your teammates are fighting at the doors. And then pick a good moment of time to support them. Like, especially in this example, we cannot be pushing A side only through the doors. Literally, this is criminal, to be honest.
Low, nice.
Trap destroyed, okay?
अरे
Imagine right now, if you were in the A main. Easy frag on the ISO, easy frag on the Jet, site is open, all 4 of your teammates are well and alive. That's it. These are the only times in a match where you really cannot play with your team. I mean, if on any map in Valorant, I don't know, like you have on split 4 teammates going mid. You need to do something alone. You know, take the B main alone on timing, maybe take the ramp and A main on timing. Like, what the fuck are we doing with 5 players on mid? We're giving enemies so much map control and so many different options how they can fuck us up.
Spike down mid.
Hey, fuck that Jet, man.
And reload go.
Hey, one bit. Cleavage.
One enemy remaining.
Crazy,
Mid
nice.
मिड होगा मिड नहीं तो यहाँ पर
Boom.
होगा।
Heavy loss है मेरे को.
Teleport's ready.
Very good that you checked aim and area of the map. Very good, very nice. You should definitely check the angle behind yourself as well. Ah, so destroy the trip on B. Okay. Now listen, whenever you have an option to get onto some kind of an off angle with your teleport, always get onto that off angle. You know, maximize the efficiency of it. So here, if I can use my TP here, it's 10 times better than using it on the ground. I take this fight with a Sova. Now, on timing, I can pick this fight and just get that Sova into the afterlife.
crouch picker, whatever.
Okay. Could have been a bit of a, you know, cleaner closure. You could have maybe played a bit more with that Jet. I don't know why you were so afraid. Like, brother, if your Sova and Jet want to take these fights, be ready to refrag them and be ready to fight with them. Anyways, you have a teleport protecting you from everything. You can always reset yourself, so I don't know why we are so scared.
Well played.
Go away.
Especially like, especially when you notice that enemies on Breeze are rotating super fast. On Breeze, you should try doing a fake at least once. You know, telling your Sova and Neon to fake, I don't know, A site or B site, while you Mix and the Jet are taking the opposite part of the map.
Let me drone, let me. ISO's here, backside.
Brother, like we pushed B side how many times in this round? Like 3 or 4. 2 or 3 times our teammates got fucked during this execute. Just play with them, man. Like, support them. I don't know what are these solo missions that you're going on. Like, enemies are never pushing elbow. Ever. Your teammates on B are dying 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5 times. Go help them. Clear the site with them.
Stand out.
Neon is dead. We still don't have a site control. We still don't have a spike planted.
Oh, bro.
We even die like this. Just during these executes, when the enemy team comp is absolutely dog shit, just go in with your allies and help them out, play with them, and that's it. And here, if you already wanted to fuck up the enemies with this lurk solo play, so you heard the enemy Jet in the nest. She is dropping down. Let the Jet pass towards the Sova into the B link, and then backstab them. Wait for the harder contact between your team and enemy team, so that enemies are fully distracted by your teammates on site, and then you can just pick 1, 2, 3, 4 kills and close out this round. Like, what was the point of going through this elbow if you're gonna be picking, you know, this type of a fight? When we say it's okay to lurk, then, like, listen, there are only 3 times when you lurk in a game of Valorant, in ranked. You lurk, number 1, when team play is not working. Like, your executes are not working, no matter what you do together with your teammates, like, enemies are just fucking us up completely. We cannot play a proper refrag game. Okay, you need to focus on some solo plays and trying to do something alone. You also lurk and flank when you see an opportunity for that. You know, if you think that with that flank and lurk, you can get 1, 2, 3 kills before your teammates even die. Okay, go for a flank and lurk. And the third time when it is okay for you to play alone on the attacker's side is when you see a vision and an idea how you can make an instant numbers advantage for your teammates. I don't know, like, enemies are always peeking the B main right here. You think you can get that kill while your teammates are going A. Okay, get this kill, and then go back towards your teammates and or do something else. But in this match, like, literally, enemies are not aggressing anything. They're never pushing behind us. And they're not even peeking these common angles. Our teammates' B execute is really shit. We need to support. I mean, ISO is just a better aimer than our teammates, so we need to support them.
अरे हम लोग जब भी बी जाते नहीं होते.
Media.
Is information not that important in ranked then? Like, what's important in ranked is that you constantly create numbers advantages and you convert those advantages into a round win. Like, it is far more important how you play around your teammates and how you support them rather than general information on the map. Like, information you're gathering as you go through the rounds. Not in the current round, because players in Valorant are very repetitive. I mean, in this match already, like, you know. And we already in the first 4 rounds, we know everything about the enemies. Everything. how they're playing, what is their play style for what type of flank, like, and they're gonna be repeating this shit for the rest of the match.
Yeah, mid.
That's the main problem of Valorant players. Like, their playbooks are very shallow. Their playstyle is very shallow as well. Like, basically, they repeat like 1, 2, 3 plays on repeat, and that's it. And it's so easy to read through that shit and punish them.
मैं क्या करता
भाई
से
नहीं है
निकल के
जाओ बैक साइड लो ना, बैक साइड लो.
और मैं vulnerable हूँ.
इधर रैक में रैक अरे ट्रेड
Listen, mate. Like, your teammates want to go through the smoke. You go through the smoke with them and you fight with them. You cannot pussy out only because the eyes are debuffed you. If your Jet is sending it in, if your Neon is sending it in, I'm sending it in as well. And that's it. There's no going back. Because if I lose the Neon and I lose the Jet and I'm 5v3, that round is 10 times harder than if I tried refragging my teammates and actually opening this site. If you open this site and we end up in a 2v3 numbers disadvantage and we plant the spike, that is winnable. But if the enemies stop us here and they kill your Jet and Neon, this round is over.
जाओ back
Once again, here. Just go! Send it! Put the teleport on the left side. Here, go, 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 go.
बैक साइड लो ना, बैक साइड लो.
Jet is out. We know that ISO is on the left side. So, we know that Sova is on the right side. Like, while the Jet was going out, you should have already been inside of this smoke, ready to peek like this, and then taking the fight against the ISO here. I mean, we're playing in Immortal, we're not playing in, you know.
और मैं
Silver.
vulnerable हूँ.
इधर रैक में रैक अरे ट्रेड पट का लेफ्ट पे ही है
बैक बैक.
अरे
is in the round. Reveal other pass, reveal कर.
Player standing.
Reveal other pass, reveal कर. Is in the round. Reveal other pass, reveal कर.
I don't really understand, like, what is this peak? To be honest. Like, you know, first of all, why would you even hold this? This angle you cannot hold statically. The reason is very simple. I mean, like, you're in a huge angle perception disadvantage. And if enemies peek you from the left side, they see you much sooner than you see them, you're dead. Second of all, I mean, that's the only problem. Like, if I want to fight the enemies here, I need to be doing this 24/7. Like, going for a wider swings. Checking the elbow, checking this, checking the elbow, checking this. I don't know what was the idea of crouching here and holding that position. I mean, that was a bit of a suicide.
Player standing.
रॉन्ग पिक
But once again, we kind of pussied out. Like, you need to follow up your teammates a bit better. Like, how fast they want to run it down, you run it down with them and that's it. Fuck it. And if it is not working, start lurking, start flanking, start picking some solo timings. Period. Anyways, I don't know, in this match, why did we focus so much on the B site when A site enemies were not even defending? They were leaving the A main fully open, they're playing A site from the back site. We took the A site with 0 effort every time. Like, whenever you find anything that's working for you in ranked solo queue, keep abusing it until it stops working. And when it stops working, ask yourself, why did it stop working? Did enemies just fuck me up with a breach ultimate? They had a ultimate in that round that just fucked me up. If that is the reason, let's go again. Fuck it. It's far more unpredictable than me changing my pattern and changing my playstyle because I just lost one round on that site. Make a loss of this shimmer hurts me. So if you have like a playbook where are able to read through the opponents very easily, what is the main reason not a big portion of your students are hitting high elo? Brother, like, let me just calculate quickly. Let me just check. Just a second, I have notes for that moment. AB, I'm gonna explain that right now. Just a second. Let me just go through documents here. The epic preempt to the wall. True. So basically, out of 6,563 players I coached in the last 6 years, 3,006. So, let me. Fuck, I don't want to leak anything. Everything is written in my. How do I do this? Okay, let's illustrate like this. So in the last 6 years, I coached exactly 6,536 players. 3,712 got Immortal. Or above Immortal, like basically Immortal and Radiant. That's like more than 50%. You need to keep in mind that a lot of the players that buy coaching, first of all, like they like very often quit the game. Like very often what happens is like a player literally buys a coaching, we go through sessions, and the guy doesn't play Valorant anymore. What can I do there? Like nothing. He goes and plays Counter-Strike or something else, for an example. The guy goes to the, I don't know, college. He gets a job. He doesn't have time to play Valorant anymore. And I would say that at least 30% of the players that I coach are like that. Basically, they buy coaching and they're like, I don't know what was the point then, but yeah. That's interesting. But this is a pretty fucking good number, in my opinion. Like, that's more than 50%. Plus, you need to take in account that players, like, just a few months ago, I coached a guy, like, the guy bought the highest coaching program. Like, the one that I only recommend to players that are really serious about Valorant. You only buy it if you're gonna play this game for the next 2 years, minimum. And we didn't even finish the 4 sessions, the initial 4 weeks. Already at the fourth session, the guy said, I don't really feel like playing Valorant anymore. And that's it. What holds people back? Time management and work habits, basically. Like, people are just not willing to do what's necessary from them, essentially. Like, nobody wants to do a boring stuff. You know, you're still playing video game, I totally understand that. But if you want to get better at something, like, you need to have some kind of a structure and system. To actually get better. I mean, you can go to the gym. You can go to the gym without a coach, learn on your own and stuff like that. But if you're just doing the same shit all over again, and you don't see any progress, like, at some moment you need to activate your brain a bit. You know, that you're eating like shit, that you don't have a good schedule, that you're not doing some reps very well. Like, there's some depth to everything that you do in life. And you need to be mindful about it. Like, efficiency is everything, like, you know, in everything that you do. Can I buy a VOD review, but you just glaze me the whole time and blame my teammates when I lose? I'll do it for free. We can do that for free. We can do the Dante's Jinxie coaching. Buy Wukujin coaching then. Just a second. Sorry guys, I said like today I'm mega fucking sick. I don't even know why I decided to stream. The biggest issue I have in Valorant is just autopilot in such a bad habit that I cannot break. I need to make a video about that. Like, a lot of like, at least 70% of players that I coach suffer from this shit. You know, it's such a epidemic in Valorant. But I never made a video about that problem. I mean, I have trainings for that, but you know, I don't really think that an average player that didn't invest money into this game is willing to go through that extent. So I'll probably cover that topic in some of the future videos.
लेकिन कोई नहीं भाई.
Okay, so we have a double pump action now.
I'm still goated.
Let's go, guy.
Let's fucking go.
Let me turn.
I'm out of here.
I feel like fake कर लेते हैं.
हाँ फेक कर देना.
जा नहीं on fake कर.
I understand what your teammate said right now. I think we should fake right now. Or something like that. It was Indian. Faker mentioned. Faker is on the bomb side. Let's go back. Let's go back, B. But listen. Like, before you make some... Like, whenever there's some kind of a call-out in Valorant, or you give a call-out, spend minimum 2 or 3 seconds looking at the minimap if your teammates are listening to that call-out. Because if they are not, and they're just rushing it out, you need to compensate and adapt. Like, you cannot pick up a teleport here if my Neon Jet mix are gonna run it down with a spike, and they're not gonna do the faker. You know, I don't know why would you like to do a faker, but he's a okay guy, okay looking guy. I don't know, for Korean standards, like, what are the standards there? But right now, you know, you should be fighting with these guys. Anyways, it's kind of too late to fake. How the fuck are we gonna fake A and go B if we started 5 men on A? Like, the only reason in this round to go B, for an example, would be if we saw 4 enemies on the A side right now. If we saw 4 enemies, then okay, we can rotate, maybe catch the enemies off guard on their rotation, and stuff like that. But now it's just all over. We cannot do, this is not a fake.
जाओ 3 लोग है bro.
You see, Neon is going in, Jet is going in, Sova is going in, and you're with a mix faker going B. So what's the problem in most of these rounds? The problem in most of these rounds is like you're losing numbers that you can compensate. Like, you can refrag these teammates easily. You have a teleport, you're playing chamber, bro. No matter how badly your teammates are going out, they're going out in front of you. You're using them as a bait, you know, your Neon is a Sova drone, your Jet is a Sova drone, Sova has an actual drone. Now you need to be refragging these drones a bit and compensating these mistakes that your allies are doing. You trust them way too much in this match. Way too much, brother. Like, this is still low Immortal Ascendant, like... those are the worst players in Valorant, actually. Because there's so many bot accounts, boosted accounts, there's so mentally fucked people. Because they have been stuck in Ascendant and Immortal for the last, like, 6 years, basically, 5 years. 2021 was Ascendant, yeah, 2021. So, you know, you need to compensate a lot of mistakes that they're gonna make.
अरे 3 लोग है.
And we already talked about this a lot of the times.
Rest in peace, Neon.
कोई बात नहीं.
कोई नहीं.
So, you know, like this right now makes, like, our chances of winning this round went down by 50% because of this stupid callout. And when your teammates give this type of stupid callouts, like, you also need to be like, okay, this callout is stupid, guys, let's just go A now. And let's try to trade each other's out.
Chamber निकाल लेगा.
Bro इधर है.
पीछे या right side इधर.
अरे ये आईसो.
Down B.
भाई ये ISO भाई. भंगी साला.
Faker was really bad this round.
ना ये साला.
Back left.
I swear to God, like in this match on the attacker side, if you just had a better pattern of executes, if you abuse the best default strategies that we have on this map that are covered in the playbook, if we had a better pacing, with our teammates as they were going through the main areas of the map, this could have been like 11-0. Like, the enemies are mega fucking bad. They're just aiming, their brain is off, and they have shit utility as well.
ले लो और कवर कर लो.
अब वही तो नहीं ले पा रहे पीछे से कवर उनको कवर मिल जाता है यहाँ से
जेन्युइन बात है.
You cannot be doing this. Like, if you want a peek window with a operator, with the ultimate, you peek it before the round starts. You're gonna be putting a trip, then going window. What's the point? Your team, you know, but by the time that you get in a window, your teammates are already gonna be here. So who are you gonna kill? Enemies are gonna smoke this off. Neon is gonna be in. Jet is gonna be in. Then two of your teammates are gonna die from ISO that is obviously mechanically better than your teammates. And they cannot take reflex properly. And once again, we're gonna end up in some 2v5, 3v5, and you need to pull the round out of your anal cavity. Fuck it. You know? Here. Let's say you know, you cannot get out of this choke point with your teammates. Okay, let's say first you wanna peek the window and take an instant fight. Put a teleport here and, you know, just take the fight. Reset yourself, go with your teammates. Or play with your teammates, see how that is gonna go. You can go for the quick scopes, even if you have the op, you have a headhunter, go out. Or, if none of this is working for you, time to lurk, time to flank. You know, put a trademark for the aim in right here, and it is time to make some kind of a solo play. We can wait for the enemy's sound, listen to the footsteps. If they're making sound here, bam, that guy is dead. We can also tuck ourselves into the doors here, try to get the pick on top mid. Lurk up a bit. This is also a decent round to lurk, because our B executes were always shit, our teammates were dog shit as well. Time to do something alone.
पकड़ा ISO को पकड़ा.
ले लो.
अबे
And also the trip for the elbow, I don't wanna give a comment on this B main trip.
push कर गया इनको.
Spike down B.
Bro, तू spike लेके उधर क्यों गया?
अबे मैं तो alt खींच रहा था.
It's you and me.
मैं तो alt खींच रहा था.
It's you and me.
अरे बहन.
Really interesting way of playing on the attacker side. That's all I'm gonna... That's my final comment here. But, yeah, brother, you have the access to the playbook. Like, look at it. I already made a full chamber playbook for Breeze. Like, how to play, when to lurk, when to flank, when to take this space, that space. Just replicate everything from the playbook. In this match, you could have won, like, 9 out of 12 rounds. Basically. By the way, whenever you're holding this peak from the stairs, always hold it... So let's say I'm holding this angle. Always hold this position. Why? You always hold the furthest enemy peak. Because if enemy goes for this type of a fight, or this type of a fight, like he swings you fast, you want to be able to catch that fast movement from the enemy. If enemy peeks you with a jiggle peek, it's far easier doing micro corrections on one side than catching the enemy's fast swing with this type of a crosshair placement. Like, this is 10 times harder than doing this, for an example. So here, put your crosshair here, ready for a swing from the closer wall, and then if enemies peek you from top or here, just micro corrections require less reaction time and less precision than, you know, trying to catch this guy that is Lightning McQueen, man.
It's you and me.
Scene.
And also, like, you know, it's a bit
You and me.
it's a bit criminal that you so a peak. So if you're holding an angle like this, so you're holding an angle like
मैं तो
this.
alt खींच रहा था.
It's you and me.
Enemy goes for a wide swing, like that. You don't stay on this position. What you're doing in this example, you're trying to abuse your own peeker's advantage and a dead zone and a pre-fire to kill that guy. So now you take a cover behind the wall and then you do this. You cannot stay on the same angle and wait for the Sova to pre-fire you with a perfect crosshair placement because he knows exactly where you're standing at that moment of time. God, why is our server so bad compared to Immortal lobbies in NA and EU? No, like, I'm telling you, like, sometimes, like, the difference between servers is crazy, man. Crazy, like, literally. You know, Sydney is the most fucked up, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Australia is, like, reaching Radiant in Australia is, like, insane. Not because players are bad, good, but because players are super fucking bad. And there's enormous amount of cheaters and win traders. Like, it's insane what's happening there. Mumbai and Singapore. Jesus fucking Christ. Literally, like, crazy servers to play on. Europe, just mentally fucked. You know, like, in terms of the skill, they're good, but communication and mentality is, like, mega low. Are there spiders in their servers? But there's, like, no one playing on these servers. Like, the problem is, like, if you're in Australia, you can only play on Sydney. Like, that's the only acceptable ping. Okay. Sorry guys that I'm speed running this VOD review. Like, usually I don't do them like this. But this is a free VOD review, you know, like I already talked with... This guy knows what he needs to fix and how he needs to play the game, so... I don't need to go too deep. What was the question here? What is the hardest server to get Radiant? Asia and Europe. APAC and Europe, definitely. Eevee. It really depends which angle you're clearing. You know? Like, it's really angle dependent. Like, there's no one good way of doing that. Because of mechanical skill or... No, because European and Asian players have, like, especially Europe. European players are really skilled. You know, most of them, individually. Also in terms of game sense and knowledge and that type of stuff. But brother, mentality of European players is like 3 years old toddler. 2 years old. Literally toddler, bro. Like, it's like one small mistake. Match is over. Mentally, it's over. Like, literally, communication. It doesn't exist. Literally doesn't exist. Whatsoever. In a FPS tactical game. With 20 abilities. Yeah, there's also... I don't know why people say that that's a language barrier. In Europe and APAC. It's not a language barrier, it's nationality barrier. You know, French hate, I don't know, Switzerland. Switzerland hates Germany. Germany hates Russia. Russia hates Ukraine. Ukraine hates, I don't know, someone else. It's a nest of racist people, literally. That's ready to explode at any moment of time. One mistake. You can be winning match 7-0, you lose one round in a wrong way. One wrong word. Done. Yeah, like actually in Mumbai it makes sense, yeah, because you guys have like millions of languages. And they all hate each other somehow. Thank God we don't have racism in NA. I mean, you have a different kind of racism, but at least you cannot see the skin color over the screen. So that's good, I guess. Okay. Now, defender side of Breeze. So, on defense of Breeze, B side is still your default site, #1 priority. A side is number Aman says like black English sounds different from white English. I said it. What the fuck? So, B side is still your default side number 1 priority. A side is number 2 priority. But here are some rules that you follow on Breeze. Rule number 1. In every round, we need to have some information somewhere. B main, mid, A main. As a default play on this map, what you can be doing is the following. Taking the information in elbow, taking the full aim and control. Really good 2 default plays. Most of the rounds on Breeze, when you have no idea where the enemies are going to go next and what they're going to do, you should be starting somewhere on mid. So you're playing fast rotations if you miss gamble. Now, if in the first round of Breeze, you always start on top mid, clearing the elbow. Always. We need an instant info what enemies are doing, so that we can instantly either surprise the enemies here, or play a fast rotation to support our teammates on the A side. There's not any data or anything from rank solo queue that is valid enough to tell us like what enemies are gonna do, specifically on Breeze in the first round. Like what's the most tendencies that players have in on this map. So with the chamber, simply I would recommend you to run the following. Get a bandit, get a trademark. Put a trademark for the B main right here. Put a teleport in the B link right here. Round starts. Knife in the hands, walk, 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 walk. Bandit out, jiggle peek this angle, clear the elbow. Then clear the elbow a bit deeper and get the full info about the enemies. If enemies are going B, usually in the first round, players are kind of oblivious to these fast, you know, like flanks and lurks and pushes. So, I mean, a few days ago in Radiant, I played like one match where I did this play and I got 4 kills for free. So, really good play. If enemies, you know, if it is too risky for you to fight the enemies, there's multiple enemies there, like you're not ready for a fight, okay. You're still on the B side, ready to play with your teammates, ready to support them. If enemies are going A, you can instantly go bottom mid, reset the teleport, reset the trademark. We can clear the bottom mid for our teammates. We can open these doors to fake the enemies, to make them think that we're going behind them, and then keep our location a secret and fuck up the enemies on the site together with our allies. Simple as that. This is horrendous. Horrible start to the round. In this round, if I don't have anyone defending B side, I would even leave it open. It's okay, because if you do a double flank with our Neon, especially in the first round, who the fuck in the first round is gonna expect 2 players pushing the elbow? We're playing on a refrag potential, also surprise mechanic as well, because if your Neon dies and enemies don't see you, there's no way they're gonna expect a second guy there. Map control is never your priority in the first round. Like in the first round, it doesn't matter at all. First 4 rounds. Here you should also reset your trademark, because the most common strategy that players are going to execute in the first round is a 5-man push somewhere. I mean, if you already see that on the minimap that enemies have done smokes on A, here and here, and if enemies already made the sound on A, it's probably the 5-man push on A, so we should pull out the trademark, and we have it for some clutch situation later. But in this example here, where you should have been with Neon at bottom mid, clearing the bottom mid, opening the doors for the A main, and being ready already now to play with a Sova, Mix, and Jet. Simple solutions for this map. We would have killed the chamber, maybe our Neon would not be dead, and you know, we would be 5v4 against the enemies that are pushing A.
Wow.
अरे हेल्प करना मिक्स.
What I really don't like here is like so
अरे हेल्प करना मिक्स.
you cannot ADS on this angle if enemies can kill you from the right side. I mean, how do you know right now that all of the enemies are right here? Maybe you saw the minimap, but I highly doubt that you checked the minimap after you killed the clove, but okay. I'm gonna look at this one with a... I'll give you a benefit of a doubt for this one.
Bro, habara.
To be honest, like, if these were my comms in a match, but there's no way I like, how the fuck can you focus with these comms, bro?
Sorry.
He's probably telling him, "Why are you yelling, you motherfucker?"
That works.
Now, if enemies win the first round, second round you always gamble on the A side. Chances are 60% in this type of a round that enemies are gonna go A. So in this round you should prepare some A setup. What you can do with Chamber is like, you can prepare some kind of a shorty setup. Like basically, drop a shorty here, put a TP up here, get like 3 headhunters. On this angle, we can try getting 1 kill, then we can play from the water, get another kill. Then from this position, try to get 1 more kill on timing, and then when enemies are running us down, we take a shorty, we try to get a kill when enemies are close, and then with a classic pistol, maybe 1 more kill. That's one setup, like there's like 5-6 setups that I explain in the playbook.
देख जेट के डैश के बाद सब कुछ
If you already want to play B set in this round, create some similar shit. You know? Like basically, in this anti-eco round, I mean eco round, for you, like basically put a teleport here, put a shorty here, get a classic pistol, and 3 headhunters. On this angle, on timing, we can try to get 1 kill. Then, when the enemies are running us down, on this angle, we can try to get a kill with a shorty. Then, with a headhunter, we can try getting 1 more kill. And then you have a classic pistol and 1 more headhunter to get 1 more potential kill. That's 4 safe fights, 4 safe ways to get a kill in this round, so...
जेट को मारेंगे बस.
Also, in the second eco round, you're never, ever buying a light shield. Like, literally never. Like, in this round, if you already want to invest some credits, on Breeze, get a Marshal. Just go for the body shots. You know, you deal 500 damage onto the enemies, like, your teammates have high chance of winning that round. You can go for quick scopes and maybe get a kill. Get 8 headhunters, I don't know. You know? Get a bandit if you're playing some other agent. But light shield. Light shield is not gonna protect you from the weapons that enemies have right now.
भी आएंगे देख लियो.
यार.
Fuck.
As I said, 60% of times in ranked solo queue, when enemies win the first round on Breeze, they go A. And you need to prepare some A setup. But Charlatan, there would be nobody defending B set, so what? In the first 4 rounds, you position based on the rules, based on the tips, based on the data. You don't position because you feel like it, or because your team has told you to do so. We're trying to read the enemies based on the common tendencies, and that is it. Period. Anyways, it's an eco round, we need to win this round based on some kind of a cheesy setup, and, you know, we need to gamble a bit more.
देख लिया शायद.
Singapore server comps are always drier than the Sahara Desert. Not a single person comps. Yeah, like, I usually like APEC and Europe are quite similar. Quite similar, to be honest. Similar problems, similar skill level, similar mentality, like, quite similar servers. A bit about me doing today. No games, brother. I got Ascendant 5 in Deadlock. We are 2 ranks away from the highest rank. I'm way too happy to ruin my night with a Valorant.
Mid से आ गया.
Bro.
दूसरा मकवा इतने रहे किसी को.
And also, you know, like, when you're doing these rotations between A site and B site, most of the times, if you don't have an advantage, numbers or economy, you want to go through mid. So that you can support your teammates a bit faster. And if you already have a jet that is bottom mid right now, no, not play with a jet. Why not? You know, this rotation takes significantly less time than this shit.
देख लिया शायद.
तुझा kill.
Mid से आ गया.
अरे
Bro.
दूसरा मकवा इतने रहे किती करू
ओए लेफ्ट घुस गया नियॉन बाय द वे नाइस शॉट भाई सेक्सी है यार तू बहुत
दोनों में
एक मेन
साला मदर चोट है
तो ना रिकॉर्ड मेन नहीं आगा सा
मिड साइड एंड मेन
I swear to God, man, like, if these are the comps you're getting in these matches, I will just mute everyone when I'm 2v2, 3v3, or left alone alive. Like, brother, if I was getting these comps on these type of microphones, I would literally just play every match muted. This is, like, I don't know, like, I cannot focus on a VOD. I cannot focus watching this shit. Let alone playing the game with these comps. So first of all, when you were going for this retake and helping your teammates out,
left घुस गया नियॉन by the way
you should have played with your teammates on the left side. Because as long as so we are 3v3 right now, we're playing an eco round. The easiest way for us to potentially win this round is to abuse the numbers, you know? And to see if the enemies are going to make some kind of a mistake of playing undisciplined and alone. Like, as long as we play as 3 here, and we trade each other's properly, and we pick some 3v1, 3v2 fights, we have much higher chances on winning this round than if you're holding this angle, Mix is holding this angle, and Neon is fighting here. We have shit weapons. We have fucking pistols, bro. We cannot be playing this separated in a 3v3. This is not playing together. Because we're holding 3 different angles. Here, you know, while Mix has been chilling there, go and support your Neon. Fight with her, kill these guys here. Then, when Mix takes a fight, bam, peek out, take this fight. And also, always reset your trademark when you know that enemies are going for the 5-man executes. That trademark is mega useful in clutch situations. Like, basically, you end up 1v1, 1v2, 2v2, you instantly eliminate one peak, one angle, or multiple angles. Like, just with this trademark here, I know that enemies cannot kill me from the right side. And I can just focus fully on fighting on the left.
नाइस शॉट भाई सेक्सी है यार तू बहुत
दोनों में
एक मेन
साला मदर चोट है
तो ना रिकॉर्ड मेन नहीं आगा सा
मिड साइड एंड मेन
Now, the reason why I'm not talking about his mechanical skills so much is because he knows what he needs to work on. He has the aim training that he should be doing. So there's no reason to explain that. I said, like, this is only going to be breeze and chamber. Okay, in this round, yes. Chances are 60 to 70% enemies are going to go B. Because of rule of 3 executes and because enemies are playing a bonus round. But what is this boring-ass setup? Brother, like, take some off angle. Be a bit creative. You know, you're playing chamber, you're not playing Killjoy. So, we can basically, okay, put a trademark here. Put a teleport up here. Now, reset the teleport. Wait for the enemies to use a Sova drone. Sova drone comes up here. You peek out, take a kill, drop down, reset yourself. Then we can go at the backside, drop this teleport. Now you can fight from the backside with that teleport. I don't know. We can go up on this box, wait for the jet to pick the second fight. Then we swing out with the jet. Then we drop down again. Like, this setup right here, you're only using if you want to play with the close range weapons here and fuck up the enemies with a Stinger, Bandit, I don't know, Judge Bucky. I mean, Bucky is right now shit, don't bite. But you get the point. So that you can reset yourself at the backside and then with a Headhunter try to get more frags. Like this off angle here, you can play in 3 different ways. This off angle here, you can play in 3 different ways. Even better, our jet is on this angle. So now what we can do, we can bait for our jet, take the first contact here, and destroy the Sova drone. Do you think that these enemies are gonna expect a second guy up there? There's no fucking way. And then what we can do is like, jet is above you, you're below, we create a double tower.
Mid careful, tunnel careful.
ये है क्या?
Okay, this was okay gamble.
Mid असे सोडता येऊ जात ना शे.
Nice.
Sexy bhai.
Okay, so what did we learn about the enemies in the first 3 rounds? We learned that they like to play together as 5. Like, they're just doing basic executes, they're not faking, they're not splitting the map, like, and that's the only thing we know. We know that Chamber is always lurking and playing alone. So we need to worry about him, and we always need to expect the Chamber mid, elbow, somewhere else. With that info, you already know how to play the next round.
मिड है मिड है
मेन देखते हैं
अरे
एक मेन आएगा
हमारा तेरे तो
कोई नहीं, on तो देख लियो mid main.
Teleport's ready.
मेन में नहीं आएगा सिटी देखते हैं
But why? my brother got distracted by a smoke.
मेन में नहीं आएगा सिटी देखते हैं
Bro, you know that both enemies are mid. I mean, enemies are not speed demons. You know? Like, they cannot go from mid, behind you, in less than 5 seconds. Enemies here, like, in this 4v2 situation, especially on a map such as Breeze, a map that is big, huge, like, you don't need any more map control when you make a numbers advantage. And when you have the spike. Right now, we can literally play this round only from the aim and area of the map. Like, just, you know, stack the aim in together as 4, and that's it. Thank you for the roses, brother. His neon com that someone came to CT, so that's why he checked. Ah, okay. I need a translator here. Sorry. Ghost comms, bit. Ghost comms. Fuck. Listen, man. Like, how can we make a numbers advantage in this round? Join my Discord server, man. Join my Discord server. Everything is explained there. Now, listen. So, we stopped the enemy's push for the first time on A site. In this round, you need to play B again. It is what it is, bro. So the first round we should have started mid, second round A, third round B, and this fourth round we play on B set again. Why? Because of rule of fear. The first time enemies were met with the force, they're probably not gonna have a confidence to go A again, and we need to gamble on that shit. So in this round, what we should be doing is, because you already have 2 players, 2 teammates, playing in the B main. With our teleport, so this is the setup I would do. I will put a trademark right here, so the enemies cannot go through elbow and mid, as I'm taking the elbow control. We clear the elbow. We clear the B main. And now, once again, we have all of the info. We can instantly go for some kind of a double flank, triple flank, clear the mid, kill the enemy chamber that is always fucking mid. And that's a free pick for us and a free numbers advantage. So that's why, you know, you cannot be autopiloting in ranked solo queue. You need to pay attention on what enemies are doing and you know, like, how they like to play on an individual and a macro level as well. Thank you for what the hell is that, bro? I don't even know what is that. Is that a box?
You want to play? Let's play.
Listen. On defender side, we use 7 rules to read the enemies. These rules are not gonna work 100% of times, but they are gonna work 60 to 80% of time, and they're gonna give you 60 to 80% higher chances of winning these rounds. So you cannot be positioning based on your feelings or however the fuck you want. Or, God forbid, however the fuck your teammates want from you to position.
Don't thought पहले.
Yeah.
Smoker.
When do you run and walk while flanking from B main elbow? Well, basically, like, this is how I would play this round. So, I would walk all the way here. Like, I would walk throughout this whole area of the map. I would check this, you know, with a jiggle peek, obviously. Check under the stairs, check this position. Then I would check the B main while walking. And basically here, as I'm clearing the spawn, here I would run a bit, and then I would walk again. Bro, how to get private coaching with you, Habibi? I told you, man, like, join my Discord server. Link is in bio. And everything is explained there. Like, how to get it. So, you know, when you're flanking through B-man, you really don't have a... You don't have a lot of room to run. Like, only this small few steps. But even those are kind of risky because an enemy can be here and hear you. For solo queue, with all of these people with their shit mentality and team play, is it better to play Duelist or Sentinel or something? Whatever works the best for your playstyle. But, you know, Duelist and controllers are the best. When I say controllers, I mean Omen. Only.
Jet पीछे. Nice one.
Bro, jet 140.
Nice way.
140 side, 140
Jet पीछे. Nice one.
We activated the sheets. Brother, if this chamber is not mid...
ये window पे रहेगा, most probably.
Open है ना.
Mid, bro, check it.
Teleport's ready.
Okay, he was actually lurking through elbow.
अरे क्या? Flick मार.
अरे 1v1 क्यों?
नहीं मत करो.
Reveal डालते.
Okay, he is going window to peek us from the window. All we have to do is relax, and that's it.
window आ रहा है. Double peek रखो ना window.
We don't need to peek anything alone. We just want to fight together with our Sova, and that's it.
नहीं काय को रखो भाई मजा आएगी.
फाड़ दो भाई, माचो दो. Statement.
Brother, I would mute these players like 10 rounds ago.
अरे तुमको मिला तो इनको ना आगे.
Now listen. If your teleport resets, use it.
कांड करता.
टीपी लगा दे भाई.
Now you need to tell your Sova, peek on my contact.
उसने भी
Brother, this guy knows about you. Even you have a teleport, you're not invincible. You know, and he has his ultimate. So this peek,
टीपी
interesting.
लगा.
Listen, in these 2v1s, you really need to like always let your teammates take the first fight. You cannot be taking the first fight ever, because if you take the first fight and you die, and you don't win that fight, you just never know if your teammates are gonna refrag you, or if your teammates are even gonna peek with you. You need to beat the shit out of this Sova. So when you saw that enemy chamber was right here, and your Sova is playing from the broken wall, fuck it. Just run towards the Sova. Let the Sova peek first. And that's it.
अरे keep it.
First try.
Peek मत.
Seconds.
Ooh, one tap.
What if you coach 2 people and they are in a 2v1? Who peeks first? Well, you know, I cannot coach 20 million Valorant players, so you're probably gonna be fine. You know.
I'm funny like that, you know.
Smooth. Damn. Op कहाँ पे लगा रहे हो mid? ठीक है.
उसका ड्रोन तोड़ियो.
हाँ ठीक है डन सीन भाई.
Listen, this angle is terrible. Okay, you're holding the doors. Okay. So, sorry. My bad. This angle is actually okie dokie. And we're playing A. That's okay. You know, chances that enemies go A are really high, actually, because of the previous patterns. The only thing I have a problem here with is the trademark. Like, I don't know, this trademark is kind of useless. You already have 2 teammates in aiming, so we don't need it. And when it comes to the TP setup for the doors, you always base it based on how aggressively or how passively you want to play. I mean, if you just want to hold doors like this, put this teleport. Because then after a shot, you instantly get an off angle to fuck up the enemies going through A main and to fuck up the enemies that are going through the doors, for an example. This TP I would usually use if my main idea is to play this position or to pick the enemies from the closer wall, like this. And this teleport, if my main idea is to clear the whole bottom mid and this position as well. And this teleport, if your main idea is to take the full mid control and maybe get, you know, under the mid and potentially taking this fight with the enemies. So it's really, you know, like, depending what is the main thing you want to do, depends what type of teleport you want to do.
You mean some?
Get out of my way.
Chamber, you there? This was a good play. You know, like, Chamber was always way too repetitive. You see how boring these players are? Like, always the same play style. Right? You cannot be... listen, you cannot be lurking every fucking round. Like, lurk is a strategy that we use to surprise the enemies. It cannot be your default play. Then I know that you're always lurking and flanking and that you're always, like, you know, somewhere else.
Oi.
Okay, map awareness is not there in this match. 2 enemies remaining. We should be helping our Sova.
Drone.
Me Sentinel, me lurk, huh?
कर देता हूँ.
सुहा का पता नहीं है.
दोनों both.
A huge problem for ranked players is that they still behave towards like there's 3 problems that ranked players develop. First problem is they look at the rank like VCT. Brother. You need to lower your expectations. You're not playing with 10s, you're playing with 11s. Second thing is, like, they only do the same playstyle over and over again. You cannot be doing that. No matter which agent you play, you adapt to whatever the fuck is gonna give you the highest chance of winning that match. You need to be adaptive. And the third problem is, like, playbooks are mega shallow. You know, the amount of plays that players do is just very limited, which makes them very readable.
नहीं अंदर नहीं आया.
अंदर नहीं
क्या ये दोनों स्मोक्स भी फेंक दिए जेट पागल है भैया.
एक के पास जज है क्लोज.
नहीं पुश
नहीं,
नहीं
कोई
आराम से खेलते हैं.
बहुत टाइम है.
Okay. What's the enemy economy?
यहाँ पे ये पिक करने आ रहा है. मिड का लगा रहा मैं यहाँ पे ये पिक करने आ रहा है इधर.
अरे सुनो इस बार वो आइसो ऑडिट करेगा, ठीक है? मजा आएगा.
Our problem is that their mental is weaker than college girls on their periods. I don't know why you're sexist, but I just don't know, like, why people like brother, you cannot win a match every match 13-0. You know? It's a competitive game, 5v5, like, obviously you're gonna be losing some matches and some rounds, like 60% win rate is what you're aiming for. In terms of the rounds that you win and in terms of the matches that you win. 40% are always gonna be auto loss. But even if it is auto loss, you still play it like it can be a win.
और मेरे हिसाब से वो बी आएंगे बस.
Yeah, chances that enemies go B are really high. Really high.
बी साथ में रिटेक लेते हैं ठीक है अल्ट के साथ
ओए
Mid.
मिड कर रहे लोग नाइस शॉट रहे उसे नहीं ना अभी
नहीं जेट को लिया है
In this idea for you to play, listen, like on Breeze, if you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go, like you can always start around the top mid, clearing the bottom mid, clearing the elbow. That's a good default play that you can always do, and play fast rotations.
Scanning ahead.
Is there any rank then that you can find people that actually play seriously? Yes. A full Radiant lobby. Where 10 players have a Radiant icon. That's where, you know, some trust can happen. And if you play in a match with 3 pro players from tier 1.
अरे भाई मैं देख रहा हूँ
मिड ड्रोन कर रहा है
वीडियो होंगे
Aman answered that question. What's a good idea I should learn for each role? You should not be playing every role. Like how do you plan to master 4 different roles, 4 different playstyles, and 4 like different agents? If Sova is already your main, I don't know, like just use Sova. Main Sova and Fade and that's it, like.
नाइस शॉट
And anyways, who the fuck insta-lock Sova and Fade in ranked solo queue? Aren't some of the pros trolling in rank? That's also true. Like, I don't remember the last time I won with a pro player in my match. Because they don't give a fuck. You know. To be honest, like, I would also not give a fuck if I was getting paid $20,000 to scream every day and just play pro games. So, why would I give a fuck in ranked?
चिल मिक्स में आ रहा
Yeah, he always loses with Boaster, but he never trolls. I swear to God. I love when the Boaster is in the enemy team. That is always an automatic win for me.
हूँ
मिड मिड
मिड है
ओके
We had a match with a Boaster and Durkee, brother. On split. I remember it like it was yesterday. Durkee was learning Yoru and practicing for VCT. That match was criminal, man. Literally criminal.
एमिन
बैक डाउन
Spike down.
नाइस वेल
वेल प्ले
Okay.
कौन जीता
क्या
स्टेप ताऊजी क्या होता है भाई
तेरा ड्रोन तोड़ता हूँ
बी बी बी
Can.
आ रहा हूँ
काटेगा
Usually, keep in mind that usually, in ranked solo queue, when enemies have some of these AoE ultimates, Sova ultimate, Iso ultimate, for an example, it's gonna be the B push. And be ready for the B hit always.
काटेग ब्रो
आराम से खेलियो भाई अगर अल्ट खोलने तो अल्ट भी खोल ले
नाइस रे वेल प्ले
Here you should be rotating, man. I mean, like, your Jet got picked by the Iso ultimate. Instead of you holding elbow, you should be rotating through spawn and being ready to support your Neon if Jet dies.
बी
Anyways, in this example, you have the mix covering elbow and mid. So I really cannot lose the B set and 2 of my teammates for nothing.
आराम से
भाई कैट मारा है मुझे बहुत तगड़ा मारा
साइड
भाई, pick भी नहीं किया
आ गया
उसने।
ऑलरेडी इनसाइड बैक साइड है दोनों
जेट लेफ्ट पे तेरे हाँ यहीं
Back Saito! Back
दो
Saito!
बैक साइड दोनों बैक साइड
Back Saito!
जस्ट ट्राई टू
बोथ बैक साइड चल
एक यहां से पीक लेगा मेन से
Good repositioning. It would have been criminal that you stayed in this position while your Sova was droning. And now, like, fighting from the broken wall is 10 times easier than from this position. Very good play.
ए जेट ट्राई टू
शॉट है यार
80 80 80 है
Enemy spotted B.
छोड़ दे उसको छोड़
You have a teleport! Go back! Get away! Reset yourself! Never mind, he's just better.
किलर है चल 80 हां
लेट हिम डू
80 टैग है 80
पिलर पे देखते रहे
Okay, we can hold the Sova now.
मैं एक साइड देख रहा हूँ एक साइड देख रहा हूँ
Nice.
वेल प्ले ना और ये मिड से नहीं आ सकते
Mid push करो रहा है.
Focus now.
In this round as well, like, chances that enemies go B are really high. You know, using the Sova ultimate on B is much easier than using the Sova ultimate on A. So here, for example, you know, the setup that you should be doing is basically going for a double push through the elbow. Yes, even with the operator. So, you know, we should be using a teleport once again right here. This trademark. And going for a slow push through the elbow. And picking these fights together with her jet. Anyways, we cleared the B main. We know that enemies are bottom, mid, and like A. So we can go for some fast flanks, lurks, and map control. Do you watch pro play? I watch literally the finals, and that's it. Finals of every VCT and champions and masters.
ओस मैं होते था
क्या सीन भाई?
Mid.
ब्रोकन भाई एंड पे मोल्डिंग है मेन से बच के
Okay, this might be a good bait for the jet, I'm not gonna lie. As well.
Mid है.
Listen, how do you hold this angle? Oh! Hello, Mr. Black Camera. Mr. Blackman. So, when you're holding the enemies in the elbow, just hold them from this position, like this. As tight as your reaction time allows you. And for this shot, you don't have to use your teleport. So that's the perk of this shit. You know? Like here, I go for this shot, and now I can use my teleport for a second fight. So in Valorant, like, what you really want to figure out is how you can always fight with a peekers advantage, with some kind of an advantage. It doesn't have to be peekers only. And you want to figure out how you can use every angle or every position in the most efficient way possible. So, Deadlock today, maybe we can drop a few matches, I don't know. Why not? Didn't you want to get permissions to watch it? Yes, like, I want to watch them. I don't have the time to watch pro matches alone. Brother, my daily free time is very limited. And I really don't want to spend like 8 hours VOD reviewing. And then I watch 3 hours of fucking VCT, you know? But if I had permissions for the VCT watch parties, okay, that's a content and, you know, I can stream it and actually it makes sense. Isn't peeking with an AWP really slow? It is slow if you do it like this. But that's why you always go for a quick scope as the angle is revealed. So you first get info for your crosshair placement. Aha, an enemy is here. Bam. How people get to how do people get pro? Like, what's the process? The process is the following. First of all, you really need to enjoy this game and love it. Second of all, you need to play the shit out of it. Shit out of it, basically. You need to grind the ranked, and you need to get Radiant multiple times. You need to be on the leaderboard every single act, so people actually can see you and notice you. At least, you know, top 50 minimum. You need to stream, make content, network. Very important. That people actually know about you, that they know that you're a good player, you know. In ranked, you need to be very friendly. You know, the more friends you make, the higher the chances you're gonna go pro. Because that friend might play for the Fnatic next time. He's like, oh, I have another friend that also is a very good player. Let's put him in, for example. Networking is where most of the players fail. You cannot just grind ranked and be top 10 every act. I mean, you know, teams are not gonna... Unfortunately, in Valorant we don't have a proper replay system. Where I can watch, you know... Where I can watch, like, rank 1 player, go through his games and see, you know, what type of a player he is. Why aren't you pro? Or, brother, like, being pro in Valorant is the most boring shit ever. I would have killed myself by now. Literally. I could have been pro in 2020 and 21. when I was actually in my prime. I actually played in the original Fnatic roster, like with a Boaster, Mystic, and Czech and Doma. But I don't know. I knew that I knew that I was not gonna love. Like, I knew that I cannot play this game 24/7. I knew that I'm not gonna love it that much. Like, you need to love this game. It doesn't matter how much it pays. Like, brother, like, it's still a video game. I need to enjoy it. We were only screaming for like a month, and we played one tournament, and then I was like, fuck this shit, bro. Like, I wanna, you know, coach players and like do my own stuff. And to be honest, like, that was the best life decision ever that I made. Especially, you know, this franchise shit, brother. Like, players come and go like this, As soon as you fall off a bit, like, just, you are tier 3 immediately. One day you're earning like $5,000, other day you're earning 200. This is far more consistent. Far more consistent. And generally, being a content creator is 10 times better than being a pro player, in my opinion. It's just easier. You work whenever you want. You know? Depends how much money you want to make, essentially. And that's it. I can take 3 months vacation right now, come back, everything is gonna be the same. No, pro play is not depressing, like, it's just, you know, you really need to want it. You need to dream about it. You know, in Counter-Strike, brother, for 3 years, I was grinding the shit out of that game. Like, we were playing tier 3 and tier 2 tournaments 24/7. I was living Counter-Strike, basically, for 2 years in a row. Like, in 2 years, I had like 10,000 hours in CSGO. I wake up, I scream, I play Face It, FPLC, I go to the bed. That was my life. But I wanted, you know, I really wanted it. When Valorant came out, I just knew that I'm burnt out and I don't want to do this shit. But in Deadlock, I want to try going pro, to be honest. Like, I'm playing it really good, in my opinion. I have a good understanding of the game. The game is not mechanically reliant. It's more about the game sense, macro play and micro play. And I really want to go pro in Deadlock. But you can be a famous creator without being a very good player. Gold Omen exists. You know? Then, I don't know. Worthy TV. He never got Radiant. He is Immortal coach. I think he's earning quite some bucks. You know? Muda exists. Who were your teammates in CSGO? I played in 10 different teams, bro. 10 different teams. I'm gonna try to find the... I deleted my Liquipedia. But I'm gonna try to find some rosters and I'll show you. Where they didn't get Valorant rank. You mean in close beta he got a Valorant rank? No, I'm just took him as an example. Like, I have not... Worthy is a good guy. He's teaching players, he's dedicated, like, his coaching is good. It's okay. You know, with Worthy, I also agree on 80% of stuff. He is, like, fine. You know? Also seems like a good guy, so... I don't know. I have nothing against the dude, like, the guys. Doing good for the community. Teaching others how, you know, to get better. Baxter, I really wanted to get into Valorant. Like, my initial idea with the Valorant was like anomaly type of content. I literally deleted all of my social media, all of my pictures on the internet, everything. In 2020. And I wanted to pull that shtick like anomaly, Dr. Disrespect type of shit. You know? That's why I was really speaking in a weird way in my early clips. In which I don't speak right now. And, you know, it kind of worked. I mean, we got 50,000 subs out of it. But, I don't know, like... I just... You know... I should have been a burnt peanut, bro. I should have just made an avatar of a gorilla and just pretend to be a fucking animal. Why? People like when you're mysterious, you know, they're attracted to that shit. Do you think there is any future in Valorant content? I mean, right now, getting into Valorant content is like getting in a pile of shit, hoping to not get dirty, you know? So, I don't know, like, there's nothing to make in Valorant right now. Very limited space. Are you on VLR? No, I told you, man, like, I never gave my real name or any... I delete everything on social media. Everything. Because I wanted, you know... I thought that I was never gonna reveal my face or something like that. I seriously thought I'm gonna be wearing the mask for the rest of my fucking life. Not the ski mask, but the actual something, you know, like Hollywood Undead style or some shit like that. I was young, bro. You know? Relax. I had some fucked up ideas. But that was a bad idea, in my opinion. I should have started making content without it. It would have been easier. I would have been able to pump content more. You still have it, yeah. I have all of the stuff that I previously wore. Have you ever seen Charlatan and Burnt Peanut in the same room? Yeah, this is my fake voice. I don't speak like this, actually. I was thinking for Deadlock maybe like making a completely different like Twitch channel and YouTube and different personality, to be honest. But I don't want to do that because I want to go pro in that game. So, you know, I want people to know who I am. Yeah, Charlatan is coming. So yeah, sorry, Pain. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting VOD review for you to watch. Hold this angle in a different way. Use your teleport for a second fight. VTuber? How VTuber type of shit works? I mean, not really a VTuber, like... You know, replicating Wuhujin's system is very easy. When you actually understand it. And I would advise you to do this, to try doing this in Deadlock. If you love that game, for an example. It's so easy to pull off that whole system that he made for Valorant. No, not a VTuber, like I would just put a PNG of a gorilla or something like that. So, you know, when you repeat this angle, it's better if you have a teleport.
One enemy remaining.
Baxter, no, like, I told you. Like, there was absolutely no reason to hide my face or to delete everything. I just wanted to be mysterious. I thought that was gonna attract more people. And it did to some degree, like, back in the days. But the real shit that fucked me up was Valorant coaching, man. That's the real shit that fucked me up. Like, this shit took so much time from me. Early on I got addicted to making money out of it and to making my programs as best as possible. Like I was so addicted to data analysis and learning about this game, learning about the systems, how to help people. And brother, in the last 6 years, I didn't have a single moment of time where I was releasing YouTube videos on a regular basis and where I was streaming every single day. And there was not a single month, a single week where I was able to do that. Like only the first 3 months of Valorant is when I was actually consistent.
Jet भाई.
Weird question. How is your English so good? Like you speak almost like a native. Brother, when you speak English for 6 years and you do coaching, you know, you do like 30,000 private coaching sessions. It's not 30,000, it's like less. Sorry, I just literally just made up a lie. It's like 10,000, something like that. Yeah, you kind of learn it, you know. Do you regret it then? Not really, you know. If I was just making content for Valorant, like I would have unalived myself. I would have killed myself 100%. In-game, of course. In-game TikTok, like in-game. If we are playing a video game, this is all jokes and fun. This is all acting.
हाँ जेट तो मेरा 2 है.
ठीक है भाई.
क्यों कार्तिक के बता भाई.
क्या अश्वत्थामा बोल.
It's all.
Brother, these comps are crazy, man.
Mid.
आजा चल कोई नहीं. फाड़ दियो भाई, फाड़ दियो इनकी.
Listen, if enemies are splitting the A site, chances that no one is in A main are really low. Mega low. So first problem with this setup. Problem number 1 that we have is the teleport that you used. So if you want to use a teleport for this upper position here, you need to put it here. Why? So that once you teleport, you're not exposed from the doors if enemies are going for the split. Second problem is if enemies are already doing the A split and your teammates are alive here and here, but we really don't need 3 players watching such a small choke point. You know? Like someone has to hold aim in, and since you already have a teleport, you can literally get onto this off angle and hold the aim in like this. Someone is gonna come 99% of the times. Like there's no way that there's 5 enemies on mid unless it's your teammates.
फाड़ दियो भाई, फाड़ दियो इनकी.
Do you think any career path in video games that you think is actually viable and sustainable? Tough. Sustainable, nothing. But going pro is really, you know, if you can be a tier 1 pro in any video game for a year or 2 years, that's enough money to make some kind of an other business out of it in the future. You know? I mean, out of all of these careers, like none of these careers like last long. The whole point is like you get as much money as possible, as quickly as possible, and then you invest into other shit. Nothing lasts forever.
अरे और एक मिड पे ऊपर है.
जेनरल शॉट.
मेरे पीछे से मार किया मेरे पे.
मत मरना नहीं हो.
ओए ओए.
एक मिनट है मेरे पे.
Nice.
Sure.
भाई
हाँ वही करता पे गया.
क्या कौन सा दारू पी?
ब्रो कोड पे डाली भाई साले ने सस्ते नशे के नंबर पे. नंबर दे भाई.
Okay, Pain, Pain actually locked in the last 3 rounds, I'm not gonna lie. Like how you positioned is exactly how I would recommend you to position in most of these rounds. Just, I would have probably used a bit of a different angle holding techniques and, you know, different spots that are already covered in the playbook. Like here, for example, I mean, if you want to kill a guy in the window, why would I play from the backside when I can just play on this off angle here and hold it like this and kill that motherfucker, you know? And I don't even need to use a teleport for this position. So look at this. Like, you don't need to waste a teleport for this fight. Like, you can TP up here. Play this angle all the way towards the drop. Right here. And basically, after you take a shot, even if you miss the shot, you can just reset yourself. And now you can use the teleport for a second fight. Efficiency.
भाई सो ऐसा यूनिट बता भाई मुझे
कार मार दिया
2 बंदे एल्बो टोक दो उसको भी मार
जेट भाई तो इंजीनियरिंग का है बता भाई ऐसा यूनिट्स बता भाई जेट मुझे
मैं तो कहता हूं उसको भी टोक दे
My brain is hurting, man.
भाई
My brain is hurting. Okay, we kind of covered the most important topics. Anyways, Pain, like, you have a training that you should be doing. I don't know why you're not playing this act, but I really hope you're gonna come back, you know. Other than that, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, all of that good stuff. This anime is going on a second YouTube channel. This is not going to go on the main one. And join my Discord server for coaching, all of that good stuff. Go join the daily streams. And bye-bye. See ya in the next one. Next is a Tier 3 sub VOD review. We're going to invite the player to come here. We have 2 Tier 3 sub VOD reviews on Friday and Saturday. This was just a free VOD review. I just wanted to focus on some basic stuff, basic problems, and that's it. Bye-bye. See ya in the next one. Take care. Love ya.